Yeah, it's a lot to manage.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't need to be active. Alright, and then I'll hop on, see if it's actually doing the thing. Okay. Let's see. I got the URL. Let me post that in admin talk, see if that works correctly.
Let me take a look. And yep, I see that there.
Okay. It says it has no data. What in the devil?
Yeah. It does say waiting for Focus Miss Gaming, so it hasn't like officially started, but
It says I'm streaming. The... Select stream. Oh, there's two. Yeah, gosh. Okay. This one. This is the one. Studio Labs is
there we go.
pulling
That
a
seems to
fast
work.
one. Okay, so that's the correct link. Okay, I'm gonna throw that in
You want to
announcements.
send? Sounds good.
Okay. Audience. 606. Close enough.
Yeah, we're only a couple minutes behind. We're good.
Yeah, it's no big deal. Alrighty. And then I can't see the chat, so I'll just rely on you.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Take a minute to get people to go ahead and join, and then we can get started.
Yeah, I'm excited. Should say live. Let me just click on that stream link real quick. Ah, Handy's here. Welcome.
Yo.
Good to see you. We'll be watching one of your games today. Should be a good one. Ugh. Man, the more I deal with this kind of stuff, I'm like, I actually need dual monitors at home. Oh my god.
Yeah, I have become an expert at rapidly switching between tabs.
Yeah, I use dual monitors at my job, and I'm like, I don't know how I couldn't get by without it.
Yeah,
The amount of nonsensical
I absolutely
spreadsheets.
understand that.
Don't say you just got lucky. It's totally skill, right? You gotta, when you're doing well, you gotta pump yourself up. Alright, we're gonna wait a couple more
Yeah, I
minutes.
think we got what? Yeah, I think we got 3 games today, all
Yeah.
of which are this week's matchups. A whole bunch of the same games.
This one was Polar Palace and Yui Kiwi this week. Was it the first game this week?
I think that sounds like the first game this week. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's been an exciting season. Triple monitor? Oh, dude, I'm jealous. Like, the amount of just some jobs needing to look at spreadsheets and stuff. Like, I can... Before, I would kind of make fun of people that would want, like, a quad box, but now I'm like, I totally understand it now. Like, I've seen the other side. Oh. Because it's like, you'd want one for spreadsheets, maybe two for spreadsheets if you're talking between two, one for email, and another one for just other miscellaneous things you want to look at.
Meanwhile, I'm sitting here doing all of my work and all of my gaming on my MacBook Pro.
Alright, that's crazy.
I manage.
But
I'm not going to say I manage well, but I manage.
Yeah, like, I have a work laptop that I hook up to an HDMI port and plug it into a monitor.
I should probably get one of those.
Yeah, I find the laptop just runs better because you just close the screen and it's like, it's just casting to another screen, so it's pretty nice.
Oh, I see. That is cool.
Yeah, plus it charges it at the same time, so I don't have to keep it plugged in.
Yeah, fair.
Alright, so I think it's 6:10. I think we can dive into the games. People come in later, they'll come in later, and we'll talk about our agenda that we got a little bit later on. So, for those of you that are here, or if you're watching the VOD, we're gonna look at our general standings and look at just a little retrospective of Gen 4 to Gen 3 as we've progressed. We're gonna look at some highlight games over the course of the regular season. Then we're gonna take a look at the playoff breakdown, some predictions, considering our before the season takes and now how things have kind of shaken out. And then Atlas is going to talk about awards and some of the deadlines for submission, legacy point reminders, and then we'll talk a little bit about the off season as well after all of that. So that includes things of like just the general schedule, what we're looking for like the gap in time, the draft setup, because it is a bit different than the previous generation, potential new franchises, league promotion, and then some other goodies in there as well. But without further ado, let's take a look at some games, right? That's why we're here.
Let's do it.
So the first one we got is...
I've not seen any of these games.
So we got Polar Power. You enter most of them.
Yes, that's true, but I didn't get a chance to fully appreciate them going as I go through them. Also, I don't know which games to select them.
That is true. Like, a lot of the time when I enter stuff, I just zip through them and I don't, like, absorb much of it. I'm just entering data. But here we got... we have the Flygon's Facade, and I'm trying to remember the names. What's the other team?
Bruins.
Yes, and the Boston Bruins. Polar Palace is the Flygon's Facade, and Yui Kiwi is the Boston Bruins. See, these are two expansion teams, and I think, considering how things shook out, pretty successful with them integrating, and with like a third pseudo-new team with what happened with the Baltimore Corviknights with Blue Drachma taking over, which they've done a fantastic job.
Yeah, and the Facade have made the playoffs. They've been a solid team all around. I think they're... only losses were to two other playoff teams, which, fair. And even the Bruins, even though they ended up going 1-4, they were a convincing 1-4. Like, their team was no joke, and all of their losses were relatively close ones.
This season, I think, like, compared to last season, most games were pretty damn close, like, all things considered.
Yeah, there were a couple just, like, full-on sweeps, but it felt like teams had been prepping a lot more, and I thought it made for generally better to watch games.
Yeah, so
neutral observer.
Getting into this, we got Kangaskhan, Azelf. Oh. Whoop. So we got the fake out into explosion, so the insta trade.
I don't really mind that for the Bruins, especially because I remember them seeing in previous games, if we pause it for a sec, Kangaskhan was their best, especially defensive piece, a number of times over. I remember the game before this, when they got just straight up swept by Young Mega. And only afterwards did they realize that, like, Kangaskhan is, I'm sure, our best way to deal with anything on this team.
Yeah.
And especially when the Bruins have so many of this potential setup threats. They've got Suicune, they've got, I mean, Azell for that matter. Jolteon, although I don't think they ended up bringing it, all ended up being all those sorts of mons that really appreciate King's Time being kept.
Oh, absolutely. So, dropping Dracos. Let's slow it down. So, lefties, again, is still probably one of the best held items. Swap out. Poliwrath, really good check into Suicune. Not a lot you can do.
Honestly, I'm not really sure what Suicune does to it.
It clicks Toxic. That's the only thing you do.
Yeah, maybe like Air Cutter does like 25%.
Yeah. Wait, Suicune gets Air Cutter? I mean, that might be decent against Poliwrath, but...
I know it gets it in Gen 9. I don't know about Gen 4.
I don't think it does. I think its move pool is pretty limited in these earlier gens. I think it's just a massive wall of stats.
And here, I'm really wondering why Suicune let it get toxic here. Suicune is so good, especially when it gets those turns to set up.
It would make sense if it's Rest Suicune, but I don't think it is.
That's what I'd have to be thinking.
Okay, so here the Magneton comes in on the Brave Bird. Takes a decent chip, about a quarter. Swap out, go to
Especially
Suicune.
when it's resisting.
Okay.
Like hitting or ground or something. I don't think it gets any ground moves.
Blaziken gets Earthquake, but are you really that?
Blaziken wasn't in.
Like Blaziken just clicks Flare Blitz or Flamethrower, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta see what the other mons are. The Suicune feels like a sack move, like you're trying to build momentum, but yeah.
Yeah, but
Hydra.
Then you can just do this here.
Yeah, Poliwrath's free. Yeah, you gotta swap, go to... Okay. Do you eat a Toxic? Nah, Seismic Toss.
Or Seismic Toss.
That's fair. Uxie. Okay, that is a lot.
that has to be Bandit. I don't ever remember what it actually is, but that has to be Bandit.
I would have to guess, too. Yeah, because Uxie's pretty...
But again, Suicune's not doing much, because Flagon...
Yeah, you're just going to switch in Poliwrath
every single time.
Or not. Okay. Yeah.
Or just get the kill.
That works. Aggron. So you swap out, and then Aggron licks Rock Polish. Hold up. So, what do you do here, right? Like...
I don't know how Aggron touches Poliwrath.
That's what I'm thinking, too. Because I'm thinking...
Maybe it gets Iron Defense this gen? And it's like Iron Defense, Rock Slide, like Breath Sleep Talk or something. Like, I really don't know what Aggron is doing here against Poliwrath.
Yeah, like, you're not getting Toxic, so at least that's on the table. But they have Haze as well, so you're not even going to keep your speed boost if they stay in, and they can just S-toss you.
Poliwrath's just really good here, man.
Superpower. Oi.
Doing 40% and then...
Oh, you get waterfalled? Oof. Yeah, that's rough. It's
and
life,
then they'll do another 30%.
Oh no.
Wild.
This is one of those sets that you never see in like later gens, but here, like, yeah, it makes sense. Like, it can do stuff.
Yeah.
So it had
down to like 30, which is good, I guess, if you're banking on a Blaziken sweep or something.
You're gonna get, I'm guessing, Staraptor momentum. Yeah, Staraptor comes in. U-turn. Okay. Oh. Hold up. Do you U-turn there, or would you click Brave Bird?
See, if I Brave Bird, I'd just be concerned that they send in Magneton.
But Magneton takes at least 25% chip, and it goes down to 50.
Yeah, but you have so few pieces left that I think, especially when you can just lose or get Mamoswine in versus Magneton, I think you need to make that read. You're far enough behind here that I think you need to start making calls.
I don't know. I'm thinking like you Brave Bird, you hard switch to Blaziken on the Magneton, you eat whatever electric move, probably. You outspeed it. I don't know. It's a hard end game.
Yeah.
You get waterfalled. On the,
decent amount of
on the
damage.
switch.
But Amazon probably gets a kill. Or not.
Ice Fang, and you're slower. Oof. Oh, wait, no, you're faster. What the heck?
Ooh.
Is it Scarfed? Or is
Is
it
it
just
Scarf?
slow
It must
oopsie?
be. It must be Scarf. You can't know. I shot
Okay,
it.
yep. So
Scarf?
you switched out
Yes.
on the Heatran. Absolutely Scarfed.
Yeah.
Flamethrower confirms kill. Heatran just deals... It's so strong in these early gens.
Yeah, and especially if this is like Scarf or Specs-Tran or something like that, I think
Okay.
it just wins here.
You go Poliwrath, but isn't Latias free if you're trying to read the EQ? I guess you're afraid of the ice move, but...
Yeah, you could get like absolute hard red there, whereas Poliwrath doesn't have enough health to really tank anything from like Blaziken. At this point, I don't think it would survive a superpower or.
I'm just thinking about diff. If you're super
just use it as a stack. Yeah, I probably sack Magneton over it, honestly.
That is
just in case it can do something.
Yeah,
but like it doesn't really matter at this point. They're both stacks.
Latias, you drop a Draco. Oi!
That's Sash, right?
I don't see a Sash. It's not Sash. It's not Sash. Doesn't matter. You just click Draco twice.
Yeah.
And then
doesn't end up mattering. You send in, you sack.
You test the Heatran, so yeah, they're never getting past you because you're choice locked. That's rough.
Maybe you can get 30 switches in a row.
MVP. Oh. You'll love to see the boom. Hey, each team had somebody with explosion.
You love to see that boom. You love to see the boom, but that boom cost him a diff and put him at the 60 instead of the 5 seed.
I mean, that is true, but you do secure the win. But you had it anyways because you're choice
That's
locked.
true.
But...
And I suppose if I don't know the counts, but it wouldn't shock me if like somehow there was a roll on Flamethrower not killing or something.
Massive respect for Custap Endure Kangaskhan.
Oh, imagine if we had seen the Endure there on turn 2.
Oh god.
The explosion? That would have been sick.
Yeah, they had no idea the explosion was coming, so that makes sense. Choice Band Uxie. Oh, buddy. That's probably to trick it onto Suicune, I would guess.
Probably. I feel like myself going crazy or something like that.
Yeah. Choppleberry Heatran for, Blaziken. Choppleberry Magneton. Not bad. Yeah, and then Scarf Latias. Cool.
Okay.
And we have the Life Orb Aggron. Ice Punch is probably for Latias. EQ Superpower. I mean, yeah, you ate most of your coverage. Scarf Swine. HP Ground Suicune. So that's gotta be for the Magneton.
Or yeah. It's something like the Heatran you really don't need to worry about.
Yeah, even Heatran you could probably quick Hydro. Unless you really just want to confirm the kill.
Yeah. It has to be for like a Magneton or something.
Choice Bands, Raptor, Choice Scarf, Blaziken. Okay.
Well, because it doesn't really get speed boost yet.
No, it's still got a decent move pool, but yeah, it's not the world beater that we know it as.
It's still got a decent move pool, but especially when you're looking at your team and you're saying like, okay, I don't want to bring Jolteon for whatever reason. I'm worried about Torterra or something, sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm planning on sacking as Elf. I need a way to be able to surprise outspeed their Latias, or I need a way to surprise outspeed, like if they're running Scarf Heatran or something like that. I get the want for a little bit of speed control here.
Yeah, but good match, and yeah, I think that was an entertaining one. Pretty good between our new franchises.
Yeah.
All right, second match. I believe this is week 5. This is Handy and Lethal Blue. So Lethal Blue, I believe, for the Colorado Avalugs, they were fighting for their chances to be in the playoffs, while Handy was already confirmed trying to secure top-end seeding. So let's take a peek. Nidoqueen, still pretty damn good without Sheer Force. All right.
Yeah.
So you get.
I mean, it was putting in work all season, if I remember right.
So what do you click here? Stealth Rex, T-Spikes, which T-Spikes real good against Crobat because can't pick them up without defog. Although
Yeah.
you got 2 flyers that really
then-
don't care about it. So, we'll see if
And
it...
then if you can get a Rocks here too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I am surprised that Mespray just didn't go for the kill there. I mean, I guess they're worried about the Absol switch in, but like
Maybe... Oh, there's the U-turn.
you can U-turn if you're that concerned.
Okay, so it's Hitmontop for removal for Lethal Blue. Pretty good
And
against
you have to
Absol.
assume Dust Door is coming in here, right?
Oh,
Like
100%.
it is their one ghost type. It's their one ghost type. They've done this a number of times. It must be what
Okay,
they're
so
doing.
you protect, which you get some chip off of Toxic, sure. And then you go to your ghost type, right? Oh, you go back to Nidoqueen. What?
Oh.
Oh,
I guess because you're worried about getting the Toxic.
you absorb the Toxic again. That's crazy, Reed. And then you go
Now-
Dusknoir. Is there a rapid spin? Oh, it's a switch. Lethal had enough of that. Protect.
I feel like the Dynamaxers. I feel like there's been a lot of Toxic Protect teams this season. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong team, but I feel like the Dynamaxers have done this in like 3 of their 5 games.
You know, it's in these early gens, it is a very valid strategy.
Yeah, I mean the Dynamaxers are 5-0. I can't blame them.
So you get the Wisp.
Them to get the.
Oh, there's the Licky.
I mean, it makes sense if you really have no way to deal with like all that Toxic or the Toxic spikes. It's got Heal Bell. It's got Wish. It is surprisingly bulky. It can take a solid hit.
Yeah, Handy's playing pretty passive here. A lot of Toxics to scout moves, or Protects to scout moves. But there's the Heal Bell. Getting rid of the burn and then Toxic. Still
Fair.
Hidden Power. Huh.
I don't know what that is. I have to assume like Hidden Power Flying for Hitmontop or something.
Yeah, I'd have to
Something
guess.
weird to catch a switch in. And already this Licky looks like it's gonna be a
Okay,
problem.
so the way they're clicking Hidden Power, it's gotta be Flying, I would guess. I don't think it'd be Psychic.
Yeah. Maybe it's like
Yeah, it's Flying, so you
Not
resisted
flying.
it.
well no. Not flying, because Poison Flying resisted it. Maybe like
What is... I have no idea.
I don't know either. We'll check at the end.
I'm trying to think what it could be. Okay, the Brave
Oh,
Bird
and
comes in.
Handy saying he was intentionally playing passive because he needed the diff.
I mean,
And
totally
I guess if
reasonable.
you're yeah,
Yeah, you get your lefties.
because it was point out just to get the 1 seed or not.
Yeah. Alright, so Dusknoir eats a U-turn. Again, we're about 20 turns in with no kills. A lot of hazard play, a lot of scouting. You get the pain split.
Get a little bit of health.
Yeah.
But what do you do here? You know they're gonna Heal Bell or Wish.
Yeah, Toxic, or
Protecting it.
Protect's interesting, because...
A
Yeah, you
little
act-
too passive here.
Well, Dusknoir can't actually
you-
touch Licky Licky. Without
That's
Will-O-Wisp.
true, but if they Toxic there, nice job. I can't imagine they were doing that, because if they did, then the Toxic really starts to wear them down.
So there's the
Okay, now
Toxic.
here, I think there was a situation which he probably should have switched out.
Yeah, so I'm guessing... Okay, Dusknoir switched... Oh, phew, the 50% from rocks.
Yeah, and
That's
I noticed they
brutal.
were at 50% HP, right? Unless I was misreading it. Always got to make sure, especially if they bring rocks, that you have an odd HP amount.
Yeah.
And if you're using substitutes here,
So Yo Sub, like, what is...
it has to be just Toxic Spell. Just spell
Oh
to
my
make sure
God.
they in case they Toxic again. Just, protect.
This is what we're
Just
doing.
start to wear the teams down.
The thing is, though, if Licky Licky goes down, it's at 36. Like, you're... Like, Lethal's in big trouble. Okay, you go for the Roost, and then, what, you swap out?
Yeah. And Handy goes, have you figured out the theme yet? I think we have. I think it's Monotoxic Stall.
Yeah. Okay. Pause. So,
If they're sure.
does Lethal switch to Licky Licky here? The craziest play here would be Articuno clicking sub. If you try to predict that.
What? Did Articuno outspeed?
It shouldn't.
It shouldn't, but it could have been a slow. Okay, yeah, no, Arcanine did have speed.
Yeah, so
And
that's the absolute sicko play. Oh, you just take the flamethrower. Oh, that they're deep in the calc.
What?
And then
Why not?
then you click protect, and Arcanine's just dead.
Or the switch out. But that's fine, because then your protect fails, so you get an extra turn of healing up, and...
Well, you just switch to Dusknoir, right?
Well, no, you protect here, because the protect last turn fails.
Oh,
fails.
yeah, you're right. You got one more turn.
Get a little bit more chance, a little bit more healing. But now you switch to Dusknoir, no question.
And then this is where Dusknoir's toxic. Okay, so you're making progress at least.
It is on a timer.
Yeah.
But it does have pain split, so it can heal up. The issue is Licky Licky.
Licky Licky's gonna click
which
Wish.
It can't touch.
Okay, so you go to Absol to forward the game state.
Okay, scare it out. See if you can't force Licky Licky out here once enough, low enough that...
What? Bounce?
See, this was a mistake. You have to have some attack that can kill Licky Licky. And if Licky Licky switches out, I can't come in again.
I think they were, like, betting on them switching over to Hitmontop.
You'd think, but even if it does switch over to Hitmontop, you get a little bit of chip on it, then you protect or go into Dusknoir. But now you let Licky Licky off the hook there.
Oh, that's wild. So Arcanine's dead.
Yeah, and when you have protect anyway, you could just...
Oh, God, this is just so rough.
I think Andy could have ended the game right there if he had attacked his asshole. But I suspect we have another several dozen turns.
Yo,
Foresight.
what?
I guess, so you can rapid spin?
It makes a lot of sense.
Or close combat, also fair. But if you Foresight into rapid spin, that's wild. I love that.
Should they not have clicked rapid spin right there?
Maybe, but maybe it didn't get the kill.
I suppose. Okay, so Kingdra's in.
Oh, saying Absol didn't have any. Absol only had bounce? Wild.
Okay, that's kind of wacky. I kind of like it, but damn. Okay. You got a knockoff? What do they have? Expert belt? Okay, so they were the coverage Kingdra. Ooh. Okay, so now we get the speed. And the increase.
Now it's just matter.
Yeah, now you just
how much
spam
damage
surf.
can they do here? Yeah.
Oh?
To get Licky Licky back up.
Yeah. Nice.
Because I assume whoever they have in the back, I don't know who it is, but I'd be willing to guess, like, Swampert or something like that.
Yeah.
They don't want it to get toxic. Although I guess it gets toxic anyway.
Yeah, you're gonna get toxic anyway, so that's just kind of seals the deal.
You do have... Oh, okay, that's not bad. And if you do have healing through Wish, you do have Heal Bell. Maybe you can keep Swampert alive for longer.
And the last Pokemon is Zapdos. Do we see Hidden Power Grass?
Yes. Yeah, 100%.
Ooh, toxic again.
What? Why?
That felt a little extra.
Well, when Licky Licky is toxic when it comes in, or Swampert's already toxic.
Yeah, so now here is where you'd probably click toxic again. If you're expecting to switch. Yeah, click toxic.
No, not even a switch, because then Swampert gets hit again by the T-Spikes.
Oh, Handy does make a good point.
Oh.
Pressure is kind of doing work.
I did not realize this. That's wild.
Oh, that is so nasty.
And then, yeah. Zapdos is toxic here, which starts to put the team on a timer.
Yeah.
Absol presumably goes down here. The only real recourse is Articuno having Substitute to block all this.
Click bounce again. Do it.
So once it gets a kill, it can come in safely.
SD? Oh, buddy.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah, I think you just start clicking Night Slash or whatever, right? Oh, you're gonna click Protect. Sure.
Why not? May as well.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Bounce.
Of course.
What is your fourth move, Absol?
Oh, that's why it was running balance to TP cell as much as possible. Okay.
Oh my god.
This
Thanks,
is
I
a game
ate
of all
it.
time.
God damn it. I mean, Bounce doesn't have that much PP in itself, but still. Oh, it only does 40?
And then, yeah.
Eh, you get toxic.
Okay, yeah, and then eventually you just do this. But
Oh my
all
gosh.
that for Licky to still
Yeah.
be at full HP. On the other hand, now where Nakudo can come in,
It's gonna
it'll
click
protect and then be able to sub. And then be able to stub away from the toxic.
Yep.
Or they're just out of toxics now, so
they're at -1 PP.
it can't. And now it's no longer a threat.
Yep.
Now you just
And that's the
stub or
game.
roost.
Like, what do you do?
Really matter. Yeah, I don't know how Swampert can do enough damage. Maybe it has like a rock move or something.
Hidden Power Rock.
But yeah. Or
Stone
Stone. Yeah,
Edge.
get Stone Edge.
Yeah.
But here you can just sub protect. Unless you have the surprise fast Swampert to outspeed, which I doubt.
Yeah. Nothing's happening.
Okay, yeah. Maybe not. I guess, yeah, that's what you're worried about, because that's really the only way you
I'm
can lose the
gonna
game at this
click
point.
the hyper fast.
Yeah. Fair. It'll cost you a little bit of diff at this point if you let
So you
Kingdra
lose
go
the
down,
Kingdra.
but it just sealed the game. Yeah, sub protect. And then, okay, yeah, crit. No longer again.
Jesus.
Okay, what? It was surprise fast or Swampert. Okay. That was absolutely the right move then.
Okay. So, Black Belt Crobat. Lefties Mesprit.
Oh, didn't have rapid spin.
That
You're just relying on heal belt to deal with it then?
No rapid spin is rough. It's choice Swampert. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. In that case, yeah, absolutely. Second Kingdra there was the right move. I am not ashamed to admit I would have been caught off guard and maybe lose the game because of that.
Yeah, it's not the usual go-to mon I think about Scarfed. Licky had Choppel for something. Probably something that didn't get brought.
Licky had Choppel for Inferno, probably.
Oh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And then Specs Arcanine.
Oh, Handy saying he knew it was Scarf when it outsped Nidoqueen. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
because Nidoqueen's 276. Yeah, okay, yep. And then Focus Sash Nidoqueen because you wanted T-Spikes. Yeah, only oh, okay. I thought there's only three moves. It's HP Grass, yeah. Okay.
Okay, so you were just calling out the Soul Read Swampert switch in when Swampert hadn't been revealed yet. Or I guess just doing damage for the sake of doing damage.
Hidden Power Grass. Yeah, you came prepared for Swampert. 3 Hidden Power Grass. Oh, it's Sucker Punch was the 4th move. Hoi.
And that's why you couldn't. Okay, that makes sense.
Yep. Okay. I get you. Nice.
I'm still at. Oh, yeah. Blood pressure was my goal this week.
God. Okay. Last one. Most recent game played.
That was a slugfest. I have not seen this one at all. Like, I didn't even get a chance to look through it. I was getting other stuff ready while Stormtide put in the.
Well played, Handy, for that quad pressure match. I mean, oh, I'm glad I'm not playing Gen 4. It's fun to watch, but man, that would that is a rough sledding time for Lethal. I feel it. All right, so
and
this is
game
for...
right here has very direct playoff considerations. It's Elite Six Zagoon versus a Nickets for presumably the 8th seed. I think it came out that, or I think, calculating it, if the Leaf Six Lagoons 3-0 or better, if the Leaf Six Lagoons win or lose by less than 3-0, they make it to the 8th seed.
Yeah. So.
But if it's a 3-0 or worse in favor of the Nickets, then they win it.
It's a very dicey strength of schedule. But let's go. Alright. So, Quillfish lead. Great lead. And into Starmie. So, immediately get T-bolted. Very brutal. T-Wave. Fair. And then,
Yeah,
natural
that's what
cure.
it does.
And then what
But at
happens?
least if you get up spikes or something like that right now,
Oh!
or you just
So,
explode for nothing, that works too.
this is one of those things where you don't have team preview, where you don't know what they actually brought, where it's so risky to click explosion early in game when you know they have a ghost type on their roster.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Especially too when Caleb's fighting for diff, and explosion's really risky. So
Yeah, totally agrees.
Very
It
big
did not work out.
momentum shift here. And then, okay, you go into
Umbreon.
Clef. Curse Umbreon.
Plus a good switch in here.
You protect.
You know, it can't really do much. You don't need to worry about synchronize, especially when presumably they're magic cards.
Yeah. So their cosmic power, your curse. But Clef probably wins this. And they realize that and switch
Especially
to Milo. And you get the Marvel skill
Can
proc.
just throw off a toxic and put them on timer. Marvel skill proc, but honestly, I don't mind when you do have the toxic.
Yeah, like, it's not that bad, because you're still going to make progress through recover.
Yeah. And then it pays to get rid of it, but Militant's already down a little bit. You're really not doing much to it. You've already been knocked off and already lost.
Yeah, so now you're gonna have to switch out. Donphan, do you click Toxic again? No, knock off. It's still a good move to click. So, Rocks? I'm guessing Rocks, right? No, just going full EQ.
Oof.
Rotom doing a little bit of work.
Could be their choice for AV or something.
Now,
nope, not AV.
Okay.
And they're not trust.
Do you get a Rapid Spin? Yeah. So very early momentum's going to the Zigzagoons. Yeah, and then you just switch Clef back in. And you get Honchkrow. So, probably running Super Luck. And with Night Slash can do some pretty devastating things. Sub here is huge. So this is Caleb really clawing back that early momentum loss.
Yeah, giving you a chance to figure out what's going on.
Because even though Rotom's faster, you're always going to have the potential kill option because it can't break and get your sub up.
I don't know what the sub is doing here. Unless you're like a toxic or something, which I don't know why you would do that when it can just kill. I don't know why they keep subbing here.
Yeah, I think they're expecting maybe a switch. I guess
no harm if you have to go down anyway.
So Haunch takes the kill. Pretty simple, easy. And then you go to Meadow. Yeah, so feel it out. What are they going to do with Metagross? Sure. Rocks is rough.
It's bossy, it's neutral.
That was a good predict. Back to Clef.
Yeah, and then Clef here it feels like it will so much.
Yeah, and being a normal type is...
Milotic can't touch it.
Yeah. So
it's really just Honchkrow and maybe the Underveiled Pokemon that can do that much to it.
Yeah.
And then I guess you can scare it out a little bit with Donphan, but it can't really heal.
Hard
and then you're on a timer.
You don't even click Rapid Spin, and they just go for Cosmic Power. Whew.
But again, they do have Super Luck plus a high crit move.
Yeah, so you're going to go sub here to get a 26. So you're going to click Night Slash on them. No crit. Get Meteor Mash. They get a crit, but it doesn't matter.
You get crit.
Ooh, the swap with Rocks up. So you still have Donphan, so there's still a chance. Meteor Mash missing doesn't really matter.
You do have Donphan to Rapid Spin. I think it can still survive since that's 26, and maybe if you're like Wish Passing with Umbreon or something.
Roserade.
Maybe it can get back up.
This. Oh yeah. That
huge
is
crit.
Yeah, because Roserade without speed.
Scopeland's Super Luck.
Yeah.
So the odds of that are probably pretty high.
I gotta imagine that does like 60 or 70. Okay,
yeah.
So Honchkrow's at 1%, can't come back in without the Rapid Spin.
They can Rapid Spin right now.
They're gonna have to.
Before dying, which is... Yeah, it has to be the right move.
Yep. So this is a bit of a crossroads. You go Clef, you eat the EQ.
which is fair. It's a net get. There's some confidence.
So
Spoil
Donphan's
that.
kind of dead to rights, so you're just getting off chip as much as possible.
And I'd be worried about.
So Haunch, okay.
Yeah, I'm so critic.
So Haunch is gonna click
Ooh.
Roost. Do you click Toxic here? You go for the heal. Okay.
Fair?
So I think
I
that
know I'm concerned about getting crit.
I see that, but that might be the match, right? Because you let Honchcrow get back in, it can come back in on rocks again. Metagross only has lefties for a cover. I'm pretty sure Starmie dies to Sucker Punch. And so this is
almost
super
definitely.
divisive. That is such a huge turn. And then you sub, so you get a free... I said GG's. Jeez. You get a free Night Slash. You get the crit.
Oh, that's a guaranteed crit if it's scope lens, so not luck there, but still wild.
You switch
Yeah,
out.
yo.
You go for the Meteor Mash. So, if you're Metagross here, I'm guessing you have to click Rocks again to threaten... Yeah. Honchcrow coming in.
But then you're starting to get chipped down. And remember, you are neutral to Night Slash.
Yeah, that is
Like
pretty big.
staying in here when it's probably the only one that can take a hit.
But the worry is like, can you take Night Slash or Sucker Punch from like 50?
Probably not.
Right. And so Milo's
And
just
especially not at 30.
kind of working you down. And now...
Yeah, I don't have the count, so maybe I'm wrong, but I think that was a huge mistake.
So
Now
here...
Honchcrow can just come in and...
So Honchcrow's faster
And yeah.
than Metagross, because you know Metagross ain't Scarfed. So it's max speed Honchcrow. And then you got
Maybe-
Starmie.
This guy can't survive.
No, absolutely
Yeah.
not.
Maybe Clefable could survive.
And then
I
we're
don't
back
think so,
here.
but-
You Roost to give yourself...
That's the issue.
And then you finally Toxic, but it's too late.
Which, yeah.
And so, to win the diff here,
Yeah,
you
that's
gotta
like-
hope that you can stall out Honchcrow and get the 2-0 loss to make the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah. Well, I'd say at that point, you don't need to go for that. You just knock off and try to get off the scope lens to better your odds, but it doesn't matter.
and that's the wrap. 3-0.
That's it. Which means that the Nickets just barely scraped by into the 8th seed.
Yeah. So
Okay, yeah, what's scope lens?
we had Focus Sash, Quillfish, Thunderwave, Explosion, Spikes, Toxics. So just a lead Quill. Scope Lens, Haunch. We saw all that. Scarf Pinsir was in the back. That's pretty good.
That's wild.
Well, remember, it's Mold
There was
Breaker,
never
so
really a chance.
it can hit Rotom.
That's true. Well, no, it's not wild to bring it. It's more. I really would have expected it to come in earlier. If it's scarfed to like outspeed Aerodactyl or something, and you'd think it would have come in.
Well, there was rocks up a lot
I guess they
during
were
that
just
match.
done in Honchcrow. There were, but that didn't stop him from bringing Honchcrow.
True, but I don't know. Umbreon. It's the payback curse. Oh, that's kind of funny. It's got
That's a set of all time.
that is definitely.
I don't know.
Time. And then
I don't know what that set is doing.
This is a very boilerplate melodic.
Yeah, the melodic to
Donphan's
Donphan was
pretty standard. And then Leipzigoons, Clef. Yeah, it was a very defensive Clef, but it did do very good work that match. Rotom. Okay, so it was Pain Split, Substitute, Stab moves. Okay. Huh. I mean, I can see how that would work, but... Aerodactyl was Choice Banded, just got absolutely demolished by a crit. Roserade,
same thing. It's got completely one shot. Never got a chance to see what it did, which is a shame, because I think that something really could have been good here. Not for Honchcrow, but like for wearing that Donphan down, meaning it maybe...
When it
get
came in
off
on the
that
Honchkrow,
right at the
because you knew Honchkrow didn't have a flying move, it's probably just clicking Energy Ball to confirm a kill.
Probably, yeah.
And then Metagross, oh, it had Magnet Rise in Pursuit. That's actually some cool tech.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So that way it can 1v1 the Donphan.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then Starmie, yeah.
Pretty standard.
Yep, pretty standard. Sweet. Cool. All right. We have gotten through our matches. Ugh, pretty good stuff. I like it.
And I think now's a pretty good time to talk about the playoffs, maybe?
Yeah, so let's take a browse at the playoff structure. I got our co-leaders and diff leaders on the main board. But let's take a closer look.
And for anybody watching, there is a new playoff tab on the dock that should show all the playoff games.
Oh, let me get it
Who's in
here.
one seed officially.
So here's our playoff.
The leaderboard on the homepage do not account for diff. Or do not account for tiebreakers. So we do have two tiebreakers here, both of which went to strength of schedule. The Abomasnow did have the tiebreaker over the Facade for the 5 seed, whereas the Facade were sent to the 6. And then the Nickets, despite what that homepage may show, do have the strength of schedule tiebreaker over the Leap Zigzagoons.
Yes.
Meaning that the Nickets just barely scrape into the playoffs.
And
But they're going to have a rough go of it against the Guts Brigade.
Yes, which, fun fact, I believe the Guts Brigade all-time now is 500.
Yeah, they went from 0-5 in Gen 3 to 5-0 in Gen 4.
Yep. They pulled off a worst to first, which is very hard to do, because I know people talk about tanking and stuff like that, but it's one thing to talk about it, and another thing to actually be able to kind of pull it off, right? Like,
oh yeah,
every game is a real game. Like, it's one of those, like, any given Sunday kind of things. Like, whatever can happen. People can bring crazy prep or crit or whatever.
And the Brigade just kind of had an insane season. They had the reigning MVP from last season only show up to 3 games and get 2 KOs.
I think,
and it was
didn't Lilia play most of the
not
matches?
even the top 6.
I don't think Naima played a match.
I think Naima didn't play any match. I think it was Lilia and
was it Afonso?
Maybe. Yeah, I think Afonso played a game or 2.
Because I think Midbis just helped with prep. They had the chef in the kitchen.
Yeah. But their team is terrifying. And especially against the Nickets, I just think Raikou kind of sweeps.
Yeah.
Wear down Donphan a little bit.
I mean, you can always run like HP grass.
Quick 6-0. That is true, but even then, I'm not sure it does enough.
Yeah, especially with Sturdy. Anyways, Shiftrees and Abomasnow should be a pretty good match. And then we have Bouncers and Flygon's Facade. I remember, weren't Bouncers the top seed last season?
Yeah, so they had a pretty dominant season, too.
Yeah,
they lost was to the Corviknights in a real close game. The 4-1 ain't nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah, so they've been cooking in the regular season. I believe they're still leading in legacy points, too, if memory serves.
Yes, they were. Last season they did. And if we look at the victory points tab, I did put in the victory points that people got from the regular season.
Huzzah!
The Guts Brigade leading there, but from the season, but the Bouncers still holding the all-time lead. Although that may very well change this season.
Yeah. Yeah, so VP total, so yeah, Bouncers got 27, Zigzagoons got 24 for our last season's champ, and then Abomasnow looked to be in 3rd, which, pretty good.
Yeah, and especially when they're in the playoffs, too, and have a chance to make that up. There are several teams that can, especially with awards, too, can take the victory point lead by the end of the season.
But to wrap up our playoff discussion, we got the Facade newcomers going against Bouncers, which very powerful franchise. And then the Dynamaxers, we just saw Handy play. They're going against the Starmies, which I don't believe the Starmies made the playoffs last season. So this is exciting for them.
No, they didn't. Yeah. First of all, huge respect to the Starmies. Starting off 0-3, but then wins against the Goats and against the reigning champ. Reigning for now. To go ahead and just barely scrape their way into the playoffs as a 7 seed. And honestly, even more respect to the Dynamaxers. They really struggled last season. They went 0-5, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, so they're also 500.
Also
so them and the Guts. So we had our bottom 2 teams go to top 2, which is kind of nuts.
Yeah, I'm glad we put in those guardrails against tanking.
Yeah.
but honestly, respect to the Dynamaxers. I remember last season we were like, when they had a bad season, we were saying that they had a rough go of it. But they were a team that would look absolutely terrifying in Gen 4 and Gen 5, and they 100% proved us right.
Yes, so I got all the teams there present. So
I think, by the way, we're getting lobbying to show one more game in the chat.
Okay. Because which game are we missing?
This game would have been this week's game, the Goats versus the Starmies. Well, let's set the Starmies to the playoffs.
Okay.
After we go over the playoff brackets real quick, do we want to go ahead and go over that one?
I do not have enough time. I'm looking at the clock.
Darn.
I know.
Well.
So I want to make sure we get to our other items before we have to head out. So if you want to talk about the awards and get that posted.
Yeah. And I just sent out the awards. So ladies and gentlemen, the award voting is online. We have a whole bunch of awards to go through. We have 4 different awards that are up for voting this season. First off, we have MVP voting and All-Star voting, both of which we had last season. Quick change of rules. You just cannot vote for your own Pokemon at all. We had enough confusion last time that we wanted to make it a lot more standard instead of like a weird, you can't vote for your own Pokemon for MVP voting, but you can vote for your Pokemon for All-Star voting. It's just, you can't vote for your own Pokemon anymore, which I think is reasonable.
Yeah.
But we also have 2 other awards. Rookie of the Year, which all rookie Pokemon are eligible for. Quick note, by the way, we are counting cross-gen evolutions as rookies here. And then most improved, where any Pokemon that is not a rookie is eligible for. Because you can't really improve if you weren't there last season. Which we also get to vote for the first time, too. And I think we have 11 Pokemon on the shortlist for most improved, and 12 Pokemon on the shortlist for Rookie of the Year. But of course, plenty of other Pokemon are eligible, too. And I'm really excited to see what people vote for.
Yeah, so our deadline is going to be the end of finals week for the playoff structure. And then we'll do
once the finals happen, that's when it closes.
All right, and then leaderboards.
Yeah. We want to go over the leaderboard?
Yeah, let me pull that up real quick.
Sounds good to me. This was a wild leaderboard this season. Raikou at number 3 would not have surprised me. Feraligatr and Yanmega leading the KOs and the differential at the number 1 and 2 spots.
And
it's really surprising, I'm not gonna lie.
Look who snuck into 5th place.
Punchko in 1 game. Wow. I don't know what to do with that for voting.
It did secure them a playoff spot. It was extremely clutch when it needed to be. You could in fact say it was maybe a bit lucky.
Actually, quick check, because I should probably extend the KO leaders. The top 6 KO mons and KOs all get leaderboard points and extra wristband costs, but we may have a 8 or even higher away tie in 6th place.
Oh,
So
God.
right after this, I am going to go ahead and extend the KO list to 13 and 14. How long that tie extends.
Okay. Awesome.
It would be very funny if we have like 15 Pokemon tied for 6th place.
It's getting crowded.
But I do want to say, Mark, I want to go ahead and preemptively mark Feraligatr and Yanmega as my running favorites for Most Improved and for Rookie of the Year, respectively. Yanmega, brand new, getting 8 kills, including, I think, a full 6-0 sweep at one point.
Yeah, that's pretty
And then
impressive.
Feraligatr going from nobody even bothering to put him on the roster last season.
Oh, did Feraligatr go
10K was
undrafted?
completely. Yeah, nobody picked him up,
Dang.
even for 1 point. And then even then, we were kind of a couple people were kind of clowning on it for signing him to an 8x3 contract.
It's earning that paycheck, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, yeah, it more than deserved it at that point.
Awesome.
And I don't know about you, but I think those are going to be my 2 votes for those 2 awards.
I'll probably
I put a little
rewatch some games to figure out how I feel about my voting, but I hope everybody else participates and gives a good vote to other folks as we celebrate the end of Gen 4 and look at the playoffs and see who can really take home the crown and build some more legacy points.
Yeah.
And then Gen 5 is just
else?
around the corner, which I know a lot of people are excited for.
Yeah. I'm really excited for it. As a quick aside for Gen 5, I know we had been talking about figuring out expansion teams for it. Stormtide and I have been. I know in the past we had talked about there being 4 expansion teams, but we have been discussing the possibility of there only being 2 for this coming off season. Nothing is set in stone. We still got to decide it, and Stormtide at some point we got to go through and figure out exactly what the draftable Pokemon are to get a sense of how it would affect the draft. But there might not end up being 4 expansion teams to look out for.
Yeah, so we need to run some mocks, and it's one of those things where it's it's exciting to have new people join the league, but it's also we want to make sure that draft still feels good for the people that have been in it for as long as you have, so not crowding so much of the front end of the draft with new folks.
Yeah, on the one hand, I do really want a 32-person league. On the other, that's probably not the best for us to manage or for competitive balance.
It's such a sicko idea to we need 32 teams and 4 divisions per 2 conferences. Just.
I mean, there are 32 real NHL teams.
Yeah, we got the Bruins already. We're getting there. We're creeping there.
Oh yeah, and also one season thing I wanted to highlight since Royce just mentioned it. I absolutely love Sableye being signed to a 37-point contract and then not coming to a single game. Absolute peak, in my opinion.
Absolutely wild. All right. So I think that covers it. Remember to look at the updates to the suggestion boxes for any suggestions to the league to improve it for the health of it and longevity.
It does look like we're only 1 or 2 people away from implementing the ban hidden power after Gen 5. Just for people who are keeping track of that. Because that is the only one so far that reaching the 2/3 of people we need.
Yeah.
I think if it gets 10 out of 14 to push it over into implementation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else left to cover? I only have one other thing, but anything on your end?
Nothing I know of.
The only other thing that we have that'll be on the horizon, probably when applications drop for Generation 5 for expansion teams, is we'll probably be looking for a 3rd moderator since the league is continuing to grow. And us being just us, it's nice to have an extra pair of eyes, especially for voting on certain rules and regulations that are going to keep cropping up that kind of maintain that fairness and balance.
Yeah, I'm all down for it. If it means the other hands to go ahead and help us put games in and talk to teams, especially because I know I'm going to be really busy the next few months starting my PhD.
Woohoo!
Um, yeah,
Congrats.
so we're into. Thank you. But yeah, it's something we've talked about. Um, so it's something just to keep an eye out for as we go ahead over the coming months and figure out new teams and on too along with it.
All right. Well, I think that is a wrap up here. We'll get a post for the playoff matches and announcements and have that get rolled out. And we look forward to your matches. And if you're not in the playoffs, cheer people on. Make sure you vote for legacy points. And let's make the best of Gen 4 that we can and remember it and move on to bigger and better things.
Yeah. Good luck in the playoffs, y'all.
All right. Take care. Thanks for joining us.